Okay folks, welcome back to Wooden Toolman's channel, welcome back to my shop. So I've been playing around a little bit more with this gear generator, and I've got a few different gears here that I want to try. But I went to start my bandsaw up the other day and it actually broke. There was a weird kind of belt that I know I'm not going to be able to get another one of. So you know, to try to cut these out with my jigsaw, I did cut the other ones out just using it free floating. But what I'm going to do here in this video is just show you a simple way, or I'm going to try it and see how it works anyway. Is what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount my jigsaw underneath this piece of plywood and then just try cutting these out with the jigsaw, mount it, because it would be way easier to cut these little wee small chunks with my jigsaw, mount it, and then holding on to the pieces rather than trying to hold the piece and then run the jigsaw into it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a hole drilled in this plywood, and then we'll just see if we can't simply mount this to the underneath side of this plywood, and then we'll give it a try. So I'm going to grab my drill and drill a hole, and then we'll get it mounted. So there we go. I got a hole drilled, and now I'm just going to put just make sure that's nice and clean underneath, and I'm just going to mount my jigsaw, or just set it on top. And folks, I'm not going to be fancy with this thing, and I think I'll turn my jigsaw actually this way right here so I can face it, because I got a spot where I'm going to kind of tilt this up in between. So I'm not going to get fancy. All I'm going to do is I've got some little short screws, and I'm just going to go around the perimeter of this thing and just kind of catch the base of that. So you can see I'll just get one started there, and then I'm going to go right across from it and just keep it tight to it, and then the head of the screw will kind of lock that in there. And then if I get a few of them around like that, it'll lock this in place. Because I don't want this to be permanent. This is just something I'm just going to do right quick here, and you can see that's jigsaw isn't moving now, and I'll just stick a few more in just to kind of secure it a little bit better. There. We'll just stick a couple up front here. Just there's a little spot here I can kind of, so if you get it in the right spot, you can kind of get the head or the shoulder of the screw up against it, and it'll kind of hold against it, and it'll also hold it down too. But if you put it too tight, then it'll so that jigsaw is not going anywhere. So now what I can do is I can flip it over, I can lock it in place or lock it down, and then I should be able to do some cutting. So I'll get that set up and we'll see how this works. I'll set up the camera to show you folks. Okay folks, so I got it all set up, and I got my my template here glued down. So now let's test run this thing and see if it actually will work. So I'm just going to plug it in and we'll give it a try. So there's no sense going any further. This is working great. I'm very happy now. I've got way more control over my cuts, you know, rather than trying to hold it and then holding the small piece. This just took a few seconds, and you know, I can take it apart and my jigsaw will be back to normal in just a minute or two. So hopefully you guys enjoy my videos. Keep tuning in. You're going to get more quick tips like this, and you'll see some pretty cool stuff come together in the future as well. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.